This is the Blue Hug Journal, where we talk honestly about caregiving, dignity, and the moments that matter. Today's piece: what it feels like to need help bathing. Have you ever had a nightmare where you are exposed? Standing in a room full of strangers, you wake up shaken, and for many, full of shame and embarrassment. Now imagine if that feeling was not a dream. Imagine if it was simply Tuesday morning. Most of us have never had to ask someone to help us bathe. We move through our morning routine without a second thought. It is a private and personal ritual that belongs entirely to us, and we take that ownership for granted until the day we cannot. For millions of people navigating aging, illness, injury, or disability, that day arrives. And when it does not just change the morning routine. It changes something fundamental. It is not just about the bath. Bathing is one of the first truly independent things we ever learned to do for ourselves. Long before we could drive a car, or hold a job, or raise a family, we learned to wash our own hair and dry our own face. That independence is woven into our sense of who we are. When that changes, the loss is not just physical. It is mental and emotional. It touches identity, privacy, and self-worth in ways that are hard to put into words, and even harder to prepare for. Many care recipients describe the experience not as receiving help, but as losing a version of themselves they did not know they were holding onto. The vulnerability of the moment. There is a reason bathing assistance is one of the most emotionally charged aspects of caregiving. The bathroom is the most private room in the home. It is the one space where being naked is truly what the word means. Naked and laid bare. Beautiful warts and all. Inviting someone into that space, even someone we love and trust completely, requires a level of vulnerability that most people find deeply uncomfortable. For care recipients, that discomfort does not necessarily go away with time. Some adapt. Some find a caregiver whose presence feels safe enough to soften the edges of the experience, but many are carrying something that rarely gets acknowledged. And it goes beyond grief. There is shame in it too. The shame of knowing that something as basic as bathing now requires another person. Of feeling as helpless and as vulnerable as a newborn, in a body that once belonged entirely to you. What caregivers can take from this? Understanding what it feels like to need help bathing is not about guilt. It is about empathy. It is about recognizing what the person in your care may be carrying, even when they are not saying it out loud. A care recipient who seems resistant or difficult during bathing is often a person who is grieving something. A person who goes quiet or withdraws may be doing the emotional work of adjusting to a version of life they did not choose. Recognizing that does not solve the problem, but it changes how you show up for it. The most powerful thing a caregiver can bring into the bathroom is not a better technique or a more efficient routine. It is the understanding that what is happening there matters far beyond the task itself, that the person in front of you is navigating something real, and your presence, your words, and your patience are part of how they get through it. Before we close, 3 questions to ask yourself. First, when did you last think about what it would feel like to need help with something as personal as bathing? How does sitting with that change your perspective? Second, have you ever noticed a care recipient pulling back emotionally during bathing? What do you think they might have been carrying in that moment? And third, what is one small thing you could bring to the bathing experience that would make the person in your care feel more seen and less exposed? We're here for dignity, independence, and comfort. Share this with someone in the caregiving journey with you. You are not doing this alone. Bathe with us. We're the Blue Hug. The Blue Hug Journal is produced by The Blue Hug in partnership with Brilliant Beam Media.